Welcome to the ArmaniTalks YouTube channel. I'm your host, ArmaniTalks. In this channel, I'm covering communication skills for you to level up your way with words and become much more articulate. In today's episode, we are going to be breaking down a section from my book, Level Up Mentality, a guide to re-engineer your mindset for confidence. And within this book, I bring up a concept known as an alter ego. Whenever people think of an alter ego, they think of something silly. They think of someone wearing a cape and trying to jump off a couch. Incorrect. If you're thinking about the alter ego, you should actually think of the Batman effect. The Batman effect is when a human being uses an alter ego to tackle practical events. And throughout today's talk, I'm going to give you some examples, but more importantly, I'm going to give you some suggestions. The very first thing that we must understand in regards to alter egos is that it only has one purpose: to activate a switch. That is all. How we activate that switch will be different from person to person, but that is the intention. Never lose sight of that. And how can we do that? There are different ways. So the most popular one is what I call the personality-based alter ego. The personality-based alter ego is something that, let's say, Kobe Bryant did. So Kobe Bryant, for the most part, was a very, I would say he was an introverted loner. And with his family, he was a very warm person. But he wasn't a killer, just as Kobe the person. But by the time that he was entering the basketball court and he had to be that killer, that is when he activated Mamba mentality. This was a personality designed to destroy the competition. He was deadly with it, and once he put on Mamba mentality, he activated that switch that allowed him to become a killer. Okay? So this is what I call the personality-based alter ego. The second one is called the possession-based alter ego. So I'm going to use myself as an example. Whenever I'm going to the gym, I wear this big black hoodie, big jacket, by the way, and I put the hoodie over my head. Every time I put the hoodie over my head, I am basically signaling to other folks, look, when I go to the gym, I'm not trying to talk to you. I'm trying to just go there with one purpose in mind: to work out my body to exhaustion. Okay, so don't be messing with me, my dude. And each time that I have a great workout with this jacket, each time I activate a feedback loop, all right, where I am going to use this jacket again for another great workout. Thus far, I've brought up personality and possession. Every now and then you can combine the two. You'll notice that Michael Jackson was like that. Michael Jackson had the MJ persona, right? The king of pop persona. But at the same time, he had the glove, the possession that allowed him to enter a different zone. So as you're watching this video, yes, you can combine multiple alter egos into one, because what is the alter ego really for? To activate a switch. So we've talked about personality, we've talked about possession. The third one is what I call the place-based alter ego. Now this is when, let's say, you have been working from home. Your boss has broke the news to you like, hey, Jimmy, you can work from home forever. And you've been doing this for 2 years. You've been chilling on your bed with your hot laptop on your chest as you're working, right? You're not really working, you're just goofing around. And after 2 years, your boss is somewhat upset with your performance. Your boss says, come on, Jimmy, I thought after I allowed you to work from home that you were going to be delivering your best work, but unfortunately, you've been delivering your worst work. That's when you realize that you got to do something about this. So rather than working strictly from your bed, you create a compartment within your living facility strictly for work. No horsing around there at all. Anytime you enter this location, you work. And anytime you leave this location, you can relax. So a switch is being activated. This is the place-based alter ego. And since you made it this far, let me give you one final one. This is known as scent-based alter ego. To this day, if you spray the bod spray around me, I am transported back to, I would say, 5th grade. 5th grade, we collected the bod sprays sort of like Pokemon cards. So just imagine, a scent is instantaneously activating a memory from back in the days. But that's not all that scent does. Scent can also be a brilliant productivity tool. Try it out for yourself. You should get a scent strictly for work or high pressure situations. Let's say you are someone that is just a very shy guy overall, but when you're going to work for your sales team, you gotta be somewhat confident. Otherwise, you're not going to get that sale. You should have a cologne or perfume strictly for work. Anytime you put on this cologne and you are able to close some leads, the more that this cologne comes to life. So scent is highly underrated, but understand this, it's not only a tool used to have memory retrieval, you can also use it as a productivity tool. So alter egos ultimately are meant for one purpose, and that is to activate a switch. And I do need to give a little disclaimer. You need to understand what type of alter ego that you're working with, because certain ones are easy to turn off, while other ones are somewhat difficult. For example, for me to turn off the hoodie alter ego, I just need to take it off. That's it. But for Kobe Bryant, I mean, since he's dealing with something more invisible, like a personality, he needs to be a little bit more careful. Because just because the personality-based alter ego is great on the court, where he wants to annihilate his opponents, does not mean that it's good for his family life. He doesn't want to annihilate his poor little daughter, you see? So with something like that, you need to be somewhat careful. And there's different ways to turn off the alter egos. I mean, with Kobe Bryant, it's simple as when I'm playing the game of basketball, that is only when Mamba mentality exists. And when I am not playing, that is when it stops existing. So you need to be clear with your language as you are working with an alter ego. So if you enjoyed today's video and you want to learn more about mentality hacks that can be used for practical application, be sure to check out the Level Up Mentality. You will learn more about how to use discipline to your advantage, how to chronicle your journey to the top, the power of 1% improvements, plus many more other topics. Check out the Level Up Mentality in the link in the description box, the pinned comment, or go on ArmaniTalks.com and grab your copy today. Thank you very much for joining the Armani Talks YouTube channel, and I will catch you next time.